Not yet.
Okay, 1 second.
Not yet. Oh, I see us now.
Yeah, we're somewhere. Okay. Okay, great. Yes. Okay, so welcome to our live. I'm Gabby,
I'm Linda.
and this is Brain Education TV. Welcome. Welcome.
Ooh, welcome.
So, as we're getting settled in, maybe write your name and where you're from. We'd love to see where everyone's joining in from. And so, this live is meant to be interactive for us to go back and forth on a topic. And we'd love to hear what you think about our topic today, whether you agree, disagree, like it, or don't like it. We love for you to join and type. It's meant to be as interactive as possible. So if you have any questions or anything, please type it in the chat box below.
And then also, we added a cool new feature to our live streams. Maybe if you've joined our live streams before, you've already heard this spiel about the new feature, but it's called Super Chat. So, Super Chat is a way you can send us some love by donating a small amount to our channel to help fund our videos so we can keep creating helpful contents for you. So the super chat button, if you come down to where you can type in the chat box to talk with us, there is a rectangular box with a little $sign. You can click that, and if you hover over it, it says show your support for Brain Education TV. So if you donate a small amount, it helps create a little fund for us to keep creating new contents. And your donations help us reach more people who need help dealing with mental health, since our channel creates content that primarily deals with mental health. And for anyone who donates over $25 in the super chat, we will create a separate 15-minute one-on-one session with you on something more specific. So that's a little incentive for you to donate a small love amount to our channel. You get a free 15 minutes time with us if you donate over $25.
Yes, so if you're joining in, please type in the chat below. We'd love to see where you guys are coming from, but we can get started. So our live today is going to be about the discussion of hope, about hope. So what do you guys feel about hope? You know, it's a very polarizing topic. Some people love the idea of having hope, and others not so much because it may create some room for disappointment or some unsuccessful wishful thinking. Or maybe you've never even considered hope or having hope. You know, some people don't even think about hope, you know, that's not even really even a thing in their lives that they think about or try to reach for. So where do you stand? What are your thoughts on hope?
And I see some people already saying hi. Hi, Lamar Savage.
Yeah,
Sarah
I've seen
Ramirez.
Lamar.
Yes, Lamar. I think I saw Lamar. I think Lamar's been here before.
Yeah, I've seen that name.
I think I've seen that slime icon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Zevia. Hi, Malik. Hi, everybody. Okay, so on this topic of hope, please keep typing what your perception of hope is, whether, as Gabby mentioned, you are someone full of hope or someone who is resistant to hope because it leads to disappointment, or maybe you've never considered hope in your life. So wherever you are, please type in the chat and we'll keep talking about this discussion of hope. So I think the world right now is suffering from a deficiency of hope. There are so many reasons why we shouldn't be hopeful. You can just turn on the news, you can look out in the world, and there's so many reasons that the world tells you don't have any hope. There's nothing to hope out there. For example, people are dying from COVID. We have a pandemic that shut down a lot of restaurants and businesses and even permanently shut down a lot of businesses. People are losing their jobs. The cost of living is going up. Global warming is happening. All the plastic in the ocean we see. And you get the idea. I don't have to list all these things that make you hopeless because there are so many. You get the idea. The list goes on and on and on why a global scale and even in a personal scale, maybe in your own life too, why someone would lose hope and have no reason to bring hope into their lives. But I want to start this conversation of hope by asking you this question. What really is the point of living if there's nothing to look forward to? I feel like hope is looking forward to something. It's anticipating with some kind of excitement, anticipating something that's not here yet. And if you have nothing to look forward to, then what's the point of living? It can be looking forward to something on a personal level. So, like, you can look forward to a promotion, you can hope for a promotion, you can look forward or hope to dating someone you really like, someone you had a crush on. It's this feeling of excited anticipation about something that's yet to come. Or maybe in your community, you can hope for others who are like you, maybe related to you by religion or region, by race, belief, social class. You can look forward together in your community for a brighter tomorrow. Or going beyond that on a global scale, you can look forward to all of humanity and the world finally achieving peace and harmony that we as humans have been talking about since the beginning of time. So basically, my point is hope is this feeling of anticipating something that's yet to come. And if there's no excitement of like what could be and like what's out there, then what's the point of life?
Right. So, based off what you just said, looking forward to something, in other words, having hope, gives us a reason to wake up and to try hard and to try harder. There's no more dull of a life than a life where there's nothing to look forward to. Because when that happens, why do you wake up? Why do you try? Why should you work hard? And some people even say, why should I live when it gets really bad? So I think hope is something that gives us the space between reality and something to look forward and something between our dreams to give us the room for us to grow and to push ourselves and to get out of our comfort zones, get out of our boundaries to actually actualize what we're dreaming of. And it can help you reach the things you're looking forward to.
I want to read some of your comments that you guys are leaving here now. So, Lamar, I've been here 4 months ago. Yes, Lamar, I remember you. I
Yeah, I
actually,
remember the name
yeah,
Savage. I
isn't
don't
that
know, it just
funny?
stuck in my head. I
We
know.
remember the people who come to our
I
lives.
know.
Okay, so yeah, hi Team Lim Canada, hi Rand, hi Moshba from London. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, so Lamar says, I think everyone should have hope when we're in this quarantine. I agree with you. Lamar, where are you tuning in from? Can you tell us where you're tuning in from? And then Sarah, hope and faith are my gasoline for keeping me running every day. That's
Yeah.
a really good point. We're actually going to touch on that point really soon. Um, and then Sevia, I actually never considered hope. It brings your emotions down and confidence. I know what you mean. A lot of people are in this boat. They've been disappointed by hope many times that they don't even try anymore. But we'll kind of touch on this point a little bit more as we discuss. And hopefully by the end of this live, you'll have a different perception of hope. Yes. And then Lamar is hope like confidence. So hope and confidence are a little bit different. Confidence, so hope is like anticipating something in the future, like looking forward to what's out there in the future. Whereas confidence is kind of like, confidence is different. Confidence is being satisfied with who you are now. It's this feeling of self worth, self-satisfaction, and from there, this type of energy that you exude that comes from a place of self-love, self-confidence, self-respect in the present moment is confidence. Whereas hope is anticipating something that's yet to come. So it's a little bit different. Okay.
Right.
All right. Gabby, do you want to read the other ones by Natasha and Lamar?
Yes, so Natasha says, hope every morning somebody signs a contract with me. Yes, so, whatever business you're in, that's that's good. You have hope for that and that's like a dream you have. So, just like how I mentioned, it's the gap between your reality and what you want to achieve. So that's a great thing. And then Lamar says you're from California. Hi. Linda's also from California.
Yes, we're in California, Lamar. I see Natasha said California too, but I'm from Los Angeles. I'm an LA girl.
Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, Natasha, Monterey, California. That's more north. That's awesome. All right. We're gonna keep going in this conversation, but please feel free to type whatever you want in the chat, especially when it pertains to our conversation of hope, so we can have an enriching discussion with everyone's input about hope. Okay. All right. So someone mentioned, let's see, Sarah mentioned that hope and faith are my gasoline to keep me running every day. So that's a very good point. Hope can be used as a very excellent motivator in your life. Or on the other hand, so one way you can view hope is that it can be a very excellent motivator in your life. Or on the other hand, it can be used as a bringer of disappointment in your life. As Sylvia mentioned. Sylvia mentions that I actually never considered hope. It brings your emotions down and confidence. So there are two ways to look at hope. One as a bringer of disappointment, one as an excellent motivator. It really depends on how you look at hope. The difference between the positive and the negative is that the person who sees hope as a motivator sees the possibility of reality between reality and what could be. So when you have hope, as I mentioned, you have this like excited anticipation. So that anticipation means that you're seeing something in the future, but then your reality is here now. So this gap between your reality and hope, for some people, it can be very exciting. This gap is full of potential. It's full of possibility of creation. So that person will see hope as something exciting. It motivates you because you want to bring your reality closer to the vision that you see. Whereas somebody else, this space between my reality and hope just seems like a big dark abyss. And I don't know what to do. I can't do it. It's too much. So, this gap between your reality and what you see in your hope. It could be an infinite possibility of creation, of choices, and the journeys that can happen in between this space when you use it as a motivator. However, the person who looks at it as a bringer of disappointment looks at the same exact gap. These two people are looking at the same exact thing, same exact gap, and they see it as a big dark hole of, it's overwhelming. I can't do it. I'll never get there. They think it's not possible for me. The gap is too big. So they don't act. They might act a little bit because, we still want to do something with our lives. So they might act a little bit, but they don't act proactively because the space is too big and overwhelming. So they throw their hands up and say, F it all. I don't know.
Right. So, I mean, it all comes down to perspective if you look at it that way, because you're really just looking at the same thing. So, like you said, one person can see it as an opportunity, and another person can see it as despair. And this can be applied to all fields of life. So, for example, if you look at like a property investment, a building, and two people can be looking at the same building, but one person can see the potential and the possibility of that building becoming a luxurious grand hotel, while the other person can look at it and see it as like a pile of trash, nothing can come from it. So, can you imagine these two perspectives and the course of action that each of these two people will take, the one who sees it as a luxurious hotel and the one who doesn't? What actions and choices will they take to make what they want a reality? So, of course, the one who sees it with hope for it will probably take actions and choices that will make it a reality. So it's all about perspective.
Yeah, I love that, Gabby, because it's really not, the problem is not with hope itself. It's
Mhm.
the problem of how I'm using or seeing this hope. So, yeah, two people can be looking at the same thing as Gabby mentioned, and one can see it as possibility, which is hope, and one can see it as trash, which is despair. So they're
Mhm.
polar opposites. So there's nothing wrong with what you're seeing. It's the same exact thing you're seeing, but one person sees it this way, and another person sees it this way, and the question is, who's right?
Right.
Well, they're both right
Mhm.
because it's based on your reality, your perception. So then, if you're both right, then it's up to you to choose which one you want to operate from. That's your choice. So, just riding along with that thoughts, that's what hope can do for us. Hope can turn something, an ordinary thing, an ordinary plot of land, into a luxurious hotel, or it can turn an ordinary plot of land, the same plot of land, into a dumping ground. And I think many people in our society have lost hope because we see the space between our reality and what we look forward to, what we want, what we wish for in the future as a big dark abyss that's unobtainable. And that's like it's like this, for example, the reality is you might think that humanity is so effed up. Right? So this is the reality might be you think humanity is so effed up, but I really want world peace. It's out here, it's in the future, it's something that I hope for. But if everyone is so effed up, then I don't see world peace as a possibility, so they just focus on the this distance between reality and expectation, and then they say it's impossible, it's too far, we'll never get there, I don't know what to do, so they just throw their hands up and say, I give up, it's not possible, so who cares, I'm just going to live my life. So with that mindset, maybe you have that kind of mindset often because the world has beat you down so hard, you've suffered so much, you've gone through so much pain, you've gone through so much suffering in your life. With that mindset, we take no action towards what we look forward to. So, this example of world peace, if you think humanity is so messed up, but you want world peace, but this space between reality and what you look forward to is so big that you just don't know what to do and don't act and don't try at all and just whatever, it might not seem like a big deal if you're the only person doing it. However, are you the only person living on this earth? There are 7.5 billion people living on this earth. Imagine if all 7.5 billion people thought the same way as you. Reality, what I want, too big. Oh my God, I can't do it. I don't know what to do. So I'm not even gonna look at what I want. Why do I even try? Why do I even care? I'm just gonna look the other way and just live my life. I don't care. If
Right.
there are 7.5 billion people who threw their hands up and said it's not possible, I'm not gonna live with hope, then our world will truly never progress and our society will become stagnant because nobody is acting. Everyone is just saying, I can't do it, it's too much.
Right, but going off of that, thankfully, we do have people in our society today, like entrepreneurs, healers, authors, people in all kinds of different fields who have this hope. And with that hope, they're the ones that push the boundaries of what society is seeing right now. They're the ones that are pushing for change to help all the issues that are going on. And it's not anything special. People out there aren't much different or special than others. If there's one thing that makes them special, it's that they can give constant good information to themselves and they stay hopeful that way. And they still have something inside them that drives them to, even though there may be 7.5 billion people against, changing the world, and they're the one in few that want to make a difference, they still have that passion and desire inside to keep going. So there are thankfully people like that in society that are making a difference.
Yeah. And I see a comment from Natasha. This is what half of us are doing these days. Look the other way. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't matter. I
Mhm.
would say more than half.
Yeah, me too.
I would say like a majority of people, not just in this country, but in the world,
Mhm.
because we've been disappointed and hurt so many times in our lives, as a way to cope and as a way to survive, we just stop trying and look the other way and just numb ourselves with social media, numb ourselves with shopping, numb ourselves with entertainment. So we've lost touch with this sense of hope. And with that hope, proactively walking and working towards creating what I want in this world. Because we say, I've tried so many times, but it never works. So why do I even try again? I'm not about to be disappointed in myself again, as like a defense mechanism.
Right.
Yeah.
And I see Barbara says, I start to hope and make changes locally first, then my state of DC. So that's wonderful. Yes, trying to be hopeful, making a change in your family, in your close life, close circle, your friends, then your community, then your state, and then the world. Yet it first has to start with you and then your close ones and then expand.
I
But
totally,
that's so amazing, Barbara.
I agree.
Mhm.
Yay. Yay for Barbara.
Yay.
Yay for Natasha. All right. So going off of this thing of hope, there's so let me give you an example, as Gabby mentioned, of like the innovators and people out there who are pushing the boundaries of society to keep us not stagnant. Because if everyone just threw their hands up and said, I don't care, I don't know what to do, I feel hopeless, then our world would not get anywhere. But thankfully, there is still progress in the world. Thanks to people who are able to push the boundaries of societal thinking. So, I want to share a quote from someone who really pushed the boundaries of society, Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. The person who gave us modern electricity in our era, he really pushed the boundaries of society. So, let me show you a little piece of his mind. What made him different from the others? As Gabby mentioned, we're all the same. There's no person who's born extraordinarily great. Of course, there's like variations depending on many things, depending on your background and genes, but there's no person who's born this much better than everybody while everyone's down here. We're pretty much the same. The only difference is the way that we're thinking. So, Thomas Edison, I really love this. So, if you didn't know, Thomas Edison, he failed many, 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 many times at creating the light bulb. So many times. So many times. And he had a friend, he had a buddy who was helping him invent the light bulb. They were working into the night, they were working all day together. And finally, this friend said, Tom, Thomas Edison, Tom, we've tried 2,000 times and nothing has worked. I think it's time for us to give up. This electricity thing you're talking about is not possible. Let's just go back to candles. It's not going to work. Just let's give up. So his friend said that it's not possible. And then Thomas Edison, this is the glimpse into his psyche, the way he was thinking. Thomas Edison said to his friend, looked him in the eye and said, "Hey, at least we know 2,000 ways that don't work. Let's try one more time." So
Wow.
this viewpoint shows one person can see we tried 2,000 times, it's impossible. Reality is they tried 2,000 times. What they want is the light bulb. The space is not working out very well. So the friend was like, "I give up."
Mm-hmm.
But the innovator, the truly great mind, said, "Hey, we tried 2,000 times. This is our reality. I want the light bulb, but it's okay. If we try 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, eventually we'll get there. So let's try again." It's the mindset. It's what Gabby mentioned earlier, the same investment property. One person sees it as a luxurious potential to make a lot of money as a hotel, and the other person says, "That building will never make it."
Right.
Yeah. So that's the different mentality that distinguishes a great person like Thomas Edison and a normal person. Did you know that Thomas Edison dropped out of school? He was notoriously not smart. I think that's a trend for a lot of innovators and
Right.
entrepreneurs. They're terrible in school. They are not smart people by societal standards.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew how to look at a situation in a hopeful way. That's what set him apart. That mindset that entrepreneurs, healers, and other great people in our society have in times of despair, being able to see the light that's way out there that most people can't see, and then walking, leading society towards that light of hope. They're the leaders of our society.
Definitely. So I'm gonna read a few comments. So Natasha said, sometimes others will gain hope by seeing yours too. I think things are contagious like smiles and negativity and also hope. So 100% you can, that's definitely contagious. It's like there's some kind of theorem about this where if you're bright and then you make all the people around you bright, and then they get happy and bright, then they can make the people around them bright, and it becomes like a domino effect of, whatever you're spreading of positivity, or if you're spreading negativity, it'll be the opposite. So the main thing is to really start with yourself. You focus on yourself, make yourself happy and bright, and pass that on to others, and then they can pass it on to others too. So definitely contagious. And same thing kind of goes, Lamar says, your mindset affects your mood. So yes, if you have a negative mindset, you can feel negative and not have hope, not see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, so going off of what Linda said, so when all other people see despair in the world, especially nowadays, there are those specific people that don't, and they see the hope in the situation and they see the light in the situation, even though right now, for example, we're all going through a very hard situation in the world. So when things like that happen, you could be the light. You could be that light for others. Why not you? So earlier when we talked about the 7.5 billion people who lost hope and how the world would become stagnant if everybody gave up, put their hands up. But imagine it the other way. If 7.5 billion people lived on hope, like the person who saw the potential in the luxury hotel property rather than a trash dump, and how much creative, proactive action would come from every single individual and how much our society and world would be impacted by these choices just because we have hope for, we have hope. We still see that there's a possibility. We might have so many failures. We might, it's not easy. Just like Thomas Edison, he tried over 2,000 times and still didn't give up. So, yes, how different our world would be. And even in your own life, think about the most frustrating situation you're going through. How can you think of that thing, even if it's so atrociously terrible that there's no way to think about it positively? How can you try viewing it as an opportunity? So, taking that gap between your reality and what you want as an opportunity. So, are there, situations like this in your life where you can maybe step back and think, yes, I'm going through this, but maybe I could change my mindset and see it in a different way. And then you can probably even overcome it faster if you look at it in a positive way. So, if anyone would like to share in the comments if they're going through something like this, what do you guys think about this?
I'll read some comments. So, Natasha, we crush our own hopes without realizing it. That's so true because we're all in our own way traumatized from our past failures, past experiences, past negative things that happened to us. That as a defense mechanism, our brain just like shuts off anything that could potentially hurt us. And that mechanism was created to protect us, to preserve our lives. But now we're on overdrive, using it way too much that we just block and shut out everything and say, no, 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 no. And yet we're like craving connection. We're craving love. We're craving hope, actually. Yeah. All right. So, Sarah, I hope every day for my acid reflux to be healed. I try diet, exercise, meditation. Hope and faith are my motivation. It's the mindset. Yes. I saw Natasha said there are a few short acid reflux exercise videos on the channel. Yes, we have a video that here we'll link it to you.
And
We
it's actually, it's one of our most popular videos for acid reflux, which to us, we didn't know like that would be the most popular. It's, one of the top popular videos, but that shows how many people out there in the world have acid reflux and, the stress and anxiety that causes that. So that it does kind of make sense, but that's one of our top videos, which is awesome.
yeah, we had no idea when we were making it, but
Mhm.
I linked the video link in the chat. So, Sarah, you can take a look at it. And Natasha, thank you so much for mentioning that video. So,
Yes.
yeah, the link is there. All right. And then Natasha says, I try not to hold back saying things or reaching out to my loved ones when I get the feeling because I realize what I may think is dumb or useless can actually help or inspire. Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, we're we're so mean to ourselves. We're so like critical of our thoughts. We're so critical of our actions. We're so judgmental of what we say and we think that it's like dumb and useless, but actually the things that you judge yourself for being like dumb or useless can really help and inspire people. Like for example, that acid reflux video, I was like, man, I hope people don't think this is ridiculous holding this pose for like 10 minutes, but it's like one of the most popular videos on our channel
Right.
like that. You really don't know. Just you sharing honestly about your experience, no matter how dumb it might make you look, no matter how vulnerable it might make you feel, that honesty is is conveyed. That honesty is conveyed and transmitted through you. And people can feel that pure honesty from another individual and then they resonate with that. And then when people start to resonate, that's how they heal. When people don't resonate and just disconnect and look the other way and say, I don't care, this is when our society doesn't heal. And I don't heal on a personal level. But when you start to resonate with people, that's when healing happens.
Right. And even stories like about Thomas Edison, he failed so much, but it's inspiring to know that he went through that. He went through a lot of failure and created one of the greatest inventions, but he went through so much, and that could be very inspiring for somebody.
Right. Yeah, but he might think of it as like, oh man, I'm so embarrassed to tell people
Right.
I failed 2,000 times. But look at us, 200 years in the future, or maybe, yeah, I think like 200 years in the future, you have two random girls on YouTube talking about Thomas Edison, about how inspiring his 2,000
Right.
failures.
Exactly.
All right, so keep typing away, people. I'm gonna keep chugging along on this conversation. So, on the flip side, there are people out there, even really influential figures out there that you may respect and admire, who will tell you, don't have hope, because hope leads to expectation and expectation is bad, so don't have hope. There are
Mhm.
people who will tell you that out there. There are influential, strong role model figures that also kind of say this, unfortunately. But I did this too. Cut the thought in your head. But we're here to tell you that that is looking at hope in a negative way. There's nothing wrong with hope itself. So please don't think that hope itself is the problem. Like, oh, it's hope that brings me misery, or it's, oh, hope that does this. It's not hope itself. The issue is how I am looking at it that makes it a problem or can make it a success. And this applies to every single thing in your life. This is a life principle. Someone can look at this cup and say, wow, that's the coolest cup I've ever seen. Or another person can look at this cup and be like, what you talking about? That's the ugliest, stupidest cup I've ever seen.
Right.
This cup is the same cup, but somebody looks at it as really stupid and another person looks at it as really cool. So who's right? Is there anything wrong with this cup? There's nothing wrong with this cup. It's still the cup. One person sees it like this, another person sees it like this. That's what I mean by hope. So without hope, this excited anticipation of what could be, of what could come, of what I could create, if we don't have that, if we don't have something to look forward to every single day, what's the point of living? And what's the joy of waking up every single day if you open your eyes in bed and you realize, ugh, another day, nothing to look forward to. Let me just go back to sleep. Every single day. And you repeat that every single day, every single moment, you realize, I really don't have anything to look forward to. Then what's the reason to be alive? So if someone is really deep in that hopelessness of there's absolutely nothing to look forward to, and I don't know what to do with my life, and it's just kind of blah, everything's boring, nothing excites me, nothing motivates me, then it's no wonder that we have a lot of young people, especially older people too, who take their own lives because there's really literally no point of living. And the interesting thing is is that the wealthier you are, the more money you have. We work so hard to be wealthy and work so hard to have all this money, but the wealthier you are, the less hope you can have, because if you already have everything, there's nothing to look forward to anymore. You know, if you don't have $1 million, like me, I don't have $1 million. So it's exciting to think about the potential of having $1 million one day. It's exciting because it's not in my reality, it's still in the future. But let's say that you get the $1 million. Okay, now what do I look forward to? 2 million? Okay, you achieve that. Now what the hell do I look forward to? You know, it's just the more you have, the more you fall into this hole of, I have everything, there's nothing else to look forward to anymore. I think a lot of celebrities feel this way. They've tried it all, they've gone to all the places, they've gone to all the parties, they've had all the expensive clothes, they've met all the nice people, so there's nothing that excites them or gives them hope anymore. So these people who have everything in the world that they need, what they need to focus on is self development inside and having hope in becoming a better person from the inside rather than looking at it from the outside.
Right. Right. So I kind of wanted to show us as an example of, how we try to have hope. So Linda and I have hope in the work we do. This, our small YouTube channel, our small YouTube live discussions, we hope that they can create some kind of light, some kind of awakening in our viewers that can spark another light and another light and another light until the world can become a lot brighter. So that's the reason we wake up and do the work we do. If we didn't have hope, then what would the purpose be of these lives, of these YouTube channels, of connecting with you guys and, interacting this way? So hope can be definitely your greatest motivator and the greatest reason to live.
Something we like to say on our channel, and we actually have a video about this,
Mhm.
is hope is vitamin H. And humanity right now is very deficient in vitamin H. We take supplements, we
Right.
eat well, we exercise, we drink water, we stay healthy, but we're all deficient in vitamin H. So let's, you and I, people who have joined this live, people who've heard this talk, people who now have like a different perspective about hope and can see the importance of hope in your life and in society as a whole, let's give humanity and also yourself more vitamin H.
Yeah, remember to take your vitamins.
Yes, especially your vitamin H.
Yes.
Let me find that vitamin H video here. I'll put a link.
Okay. As you do that, I'll read some of the comments.
Okay.
So, someone said, are there any exercises to get images during visualization? So, we do have some kind of visualization meditations in our 10-minute routines playlist. So, you can check those out.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I'll link some videos because you did some about visualization and stuff too.
Right.
So I'll link while you read.
Okay. And then let's see. Natasha says actors and attention seekers. Yes. And she also says mo money, mo problems.
That's true. It's
Yes,
really
definitely. And she says, I guess hope would be anticipating positive results without specifying what those results are. And expectations are very specific and limiting. I mean, with hope, yes, you should have like a goal, but not be too limiting, as you say, because if you have those expectations, you can set yourself up to fail. But again, it's really how you look at it. So if you have that perspective of, oh, if I don't get this, I'm gonna, it's over. I'm gonna give
good.
up. Then it's all on you. But you still should have a goal at the end. You still should have hope for some kind of goal.
I'm linking some videos I see right now. Okay. I love that you guys talk to each other in the chats.
Yeah, me too. We like respond to each other.
Yeah, I love that. It's like a little community in here.
Right. So Hilda asks, is it vitamin E? It's vitamin H. H for hope.
Yes. Vitamin E is an actual vitamin.
Right. So this is like a theoretical vitamin,
Right, right.
like
There's
a
no such thing as vitamin.
idea. Yeah, you can't go to like the pharmacy and be like, "Oh, I saw this YouTube live and they said I need some more vitamin H." They're going to be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so if you go to CVS, they're not going to know what you're talking about. So please
Right,
don't try to buy vitamin H. You create your own vitamin H, which is hope in your life.
right. Okay, so yeah, Linda linked some of the videos, so I wanted to mention our 10-minute routines playlist. It has 10-minute routines for all kinds of physical symptoms like acid reflux, back pain, legs, like all kinds of body and mind routines for meditation. So please check out that 10-minute routines playlist. It's our most popular one for, whatever symptoms you have.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's free.
Ah, all right. And then, yeah, you guys are, I love all this chatting. I'm like trying to keep up with everything you guys
I
are
know.
typing.
You're connecting with each other, I see, which is awesome.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. When you resonate, even in the chat together, you guys go through a healing process just by talking about your feelings, just by talking about your thoughts. This is what our world needs more of, just resonating, communicating, because we're so cut off. Because we're communicating virtually through the phone, we lost the need to like really communicate and connect with people.
Right.
All right, so I saw one comment up here I wanted to read. Okay, so Natasha says, I guess hope would be anticipating positive results without specifying what those results are, and expectations can be very specific and limiting. So actually, it's a little bit different than that. So it doesn't have to be an obscure thing in the future. Hope, you can hope for a very specific thing. You can have like specific numbers, a specific deadline. You can hope for a very specific thing, but the difference between expectation and hope is that hope, you work towards that goal without any attachment.
Right.
Whereas expectation, you work towards a goal with like, I need to have it. Like, if I don't have it, I'm going to feel so much like a failure and I'm going to be so unhappy. So, all these emotions and all this kind of tangled up mindsets are what lead to disappointment if you don't reach it. Whereas if you hope for something with like a really pure mindset without attachment, then even if you don't reach it, by the end of your deadline, you can say, you know what? I really tried. I gave it my all and I really tried. And through this process of trying, I learned a lot. I grew a lot
Exactly.
and I gained a lot from the journey.
Hmm.
So hope is that kind of like that North Star you follow without saying like I need to grab that North Star like that.
Right. So, as I said earlier, it's kind of like it's your mindset, it's how you look at it that is solely depends on, you know, how you're going to feel about if you get it or you don't get it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So if you have any other things to say about hope, please type in the chat. And I want to hear like what you guys felt, what you maybe like awakened to. Maybe you had a negative perspective on hope and now it's become positive, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you had a positive outlook and now you're just like, you know what, this is not my vibe. I don't know, but it's okay either way. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys have to say about hope in the chat, so please type your um, final sharings in the chat about hope, anything about the topic. Yeah.
Yes. So while you're typing, I'm going to mention our t-shirt that Linda's wearing under her jacket. So look how stylish that looks. So our Take Back Your Brain t-shirts, that's our slogan. If you take back your brain, you're the master of your life, your emotions, your relationships, your brain. So be the master of your brain, take back your brain, and get our t-shirt if you're interested in supporting us, supporting our channel, supporting, what we do. And it's a great conversation starter piece you can wear this, and everywhere I've worn it, people are like, what is that? What is that from? So it's great.
Yeah, I put a link in the chat where you guys can buy one. But yeah, it's very stylish. It's black, so you can work out in it, you can
Right.
sweat in it, you can do whatever, and you won't have any sweat stains seep through.
Yeah, black is probably my favorite color to wear because of that reason.
Yeah, yeah. If you're exercising or hiking, you don't want to have like sweaty stains on your shirt. So it's a really good thing to just do whatever in.
Yep.
All right. And then one last time before you guys go, if you like the content, if you enjoyed what we talked about, if you want to show some love and support for our channel, especially if you enjoy the content that we post regularly, then please consider leaving a small donation using the super chat function. The button is a rectangular $sign underneath the place where you type. So if you click that and you donate a small amount, especially if it's over $25, we'll contact you separately for a 15-minute one-on-one with you. So actually it's two-on-one, I guess, me and Gabby,
Two on one.
and then you. So if you're interested in that, then please consider showing some support for our channel.
Yes, I saw Lamar commented, whenever I get down, I always say what I'm feeling sad for, but I'm living in a house, I have food, I'm not starving, I got clothes. So I think about people who don't have the things I have. Yes, that definitely can help put things more into perspective for you if you're down about like something that is really small compared to what other people go through. They don't even have food or a house or a place to live. That can help you feel more grateful for what you have and maybe overcome what you're going through a little easier and faster with that kind of mindset of gratitude.
Yeah. And 10 Mr. Bomber, can you type where you're tuning in from? I know you're a regular on our channel too. I see you in the comments a
Yeah,
lot.
me too.
So I'm curious where you're tuning in from. And actually, I want to recommend to you guys. So it seems like there's a bunch of people who are kind of just like, I feel sad, I don't know why, and I try to talk myself out of it, but maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. So, as we mentioned in the chat, it really has to do with your brain, right? And your brain, just like your body, needs training to think in a very positive way, to be wired to think positively, especially if you have a habit of thinking like sad thoughts, depressing thoughts, negative thoughts. Your brain is just trained to think that way. That's why you feel stuck in that kind of mindset. But on the other hand, you can train your brain just like you can train your body to lift weights. With practice, you can lift more weights. You can train your brain to think positively, to look at things in a hopeful way. So, actually, I started an online course about brain education, which is the foundation of everything that we share on our channel. So I really recommend that you guys take that course online to help train your brain to think positive. Because Gabby and I both, we didn't start off always like this. Actually, I was a very kind of pessimistic, negative person. Like, I was definitely one of those people who are like, why do I even try? I've tried so many times and every single time it didn't go my way. So I don't give a beep. I'm just gonna live my life.
And same here. I would get like so down in my negative emotions and like in a negative bubble. So I really had to learn how to like make myself brighter and more positive.
Yeah, so through brain education, we trained our brains to think in this hopeful way that we're sharing with you guys here. So I really recommend consider taking that online course. Let me share that link with you here.
I'm linking the video so people can, or should we link the course?
How about we link both? You link the video,
Okay,
I'll link the course.
sure. So yeah, I'm linking the video where Linda explains it a little bit more, and the link is in the first line for the course. It's in the first line of the description. So let me get that.
Yeah, so I linked the course here. So the course is done through our sister company website called Change Your Energy. And that's because they already have an online platform that we can use to broadcast and do all these things that we can't do right now with our YouTube channel. So it does have a subscription fee. It's a 2 month subscription to take the whole course because I'm going to be doing it over 7 weeks, explaining the basics of brain education, about just kind of setting the tone of why we need to focus on the brain. And even though you might know that the brain is important, the basics course is going to talk a really like in depth and give you perspective about your brain that you've never seen before. And then there's 5 steps of brain education, which is a progressive step to open and activate your brain and to train your brain to think positive and create health, happiness, and peace in your life. So the second week, I'm going to go through this first step, and then the third week, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step, and then in the last one, the seventh one, I'm going to be talking about the global work that we're doing based on brain education, because you might only know this channel, but actually brain education is practiced and done by a huge network across the whole globe, in Asia, in Europe, in New Zealand, in Russia, in all these different places. So
All
you can
over.
literally all over.
Literally, like almost all over the world. Yeah.
And Mr. Bomber, you said you're from England. I saw another person who said they were from London. We have centers in the UK as well.
Like studios you can go to and visit. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, please take that online course so that you can start the process of training your brain to create health, happiness, and peace in your life. So, as I mentioned, it does require a subscription to change your energy, but it's only 2 months worth of subscriptions that you need for the 7 weeks. So, 8 weeks. So, 7 week course, you need 2 months of subscription, which is just $19.99 a month. So, it's pretty affordable to be able to take this lesson. Um, from your home, and I do them live. So the first one already happened and the recording is up there on the site. But the next one I'm going to be doing live on Friday and then live every single Friday. So you can connect with me there a little bit more. So I really recommend it for Lamar, for Sarah, for 10 Mr. Bomber, Natasha, everyone who wants to upgrade your brain power and get out of this state that you might feel stuck in. Please take that course. Yeah.
Yes, and the good thing about the course, if you can't make it at the live time, and with the subscription, you can always watch it whenever you have time, whenever you need. So, and you could rewatch them whenever, take notes. So if you can't make the live time on Fridays, you can always watch whenever
Yes.
through that site.
All right, and then one last thing before you guys go is on our website here. If you stay there for about 10 seconds, there'll be a little pop up that says sign up for our email list. Please sign up for that too, because if you sign up for on YouTube, we share video content, but if you sign up for the email list, we share a lot more information. Like if we have retreats, if we have online different live events with different like collaborations and stuff that are not on the YouTube channel, we share information about all the activity we're doing, courses, workshops, retreats, different products, like all these things that we're doing outside of YouTube, we share through our email list. So please join our email list on our website. You visit braineducation.com, stay there for a little bit, and a pop up will appear that says sign up for our newsletter. So enter your information, sign up for the newsletter so that we can keep updating you with all the things that can help you activate your brain power more beyond our YouTube channel.
Yes, and that's where the best way to find out when our next lives are as well. So I see like in our lives, we get a lot of returning people and we love that. So that's definitely a good place to put your email in and sign up for the newsletter.
Yes. All right, well, any last comments, questions, things to share before we close out the live today? Yeah, thank you guys so much for being so active in the chats. I
Yes,
really
thank
love that.
you. Yeah, and talking to each other, that's so interesting to watch. Like as we're doing this, I love seeing your conversations.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you don't have anything else to mention, please have hope, more vitamin H in your life. Create hope. It's all about your perspective. You have the power to choose which perspective you are going to operate on. So, one, have more vitamin H and spread that vitamin H in your community. Two, if you're looking for deeper, more comprehensive ways beyond our YouTube channel to activate your brain power to create health, happiness, and peace in your life and become a shining beacon of hope in your life and your community, take the Brain Education 101 course on Change Your Energy. And then
Definitely.
three, if not, sign up for our email list at least so you can be updated on all the things that we're doing, all geared towards helping people with mental health, mental wellness. That's our target marketing, our target category and topic that we want to help you guys with: mental health, mental wellness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining. I hope you're a little bit more hopeful. We sure are. We love to see you here. It makes us happy that the work we're doing is reaching people and making people a little brighter.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody.
Okay, thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See you.
See you next month
Bye.
for our next live.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.